This is my app called Sahaj. It's an AI that helps people reach their goals and helps them find their natural self. And wow, I love working on this. I love planning it. I love doing the UI design, the product design, coming up with it. I even love some parts of the really challenging parts where I'm like really annoyed having to refine something, fix bugs. I really enjoy this work. And it feels different than every other work that I've done in my life. And I've tried a lot of things. And that's what I want to go over in today's video is my journey. Because I think most people would want to find work that they love. And especially at a younger age, I think it's such a blessing. It's something I'm truly grateful for. But I think most people go about it the wrong way. Most people expect, whatever they're going to try first to be something that they love. And they keep jumping from thing to thing to try to find the thing that they love. But I actually think that most people just don't have enough data yet to be able to know what even is something they would like. Like most people haven't explored work enough as a medium of human expression, as something that humans do. They haven't explored enough to even know why they would even enjoy something. If you were just in high school and you were just in college, most of what work has been textbook chapters, quizzed on a set of material, putting in multiple choice and fill in the blank answers, and doing that over and over again, being tested on memorization of information. That's not what work is, like once you get out of that system. Work can be so many different forms of expression. It is insane the amount of different things there are. When I was in high school, I started drop shipping. And the work tasks for drop shipping are researching products online, finding products that you can get from China and then sell to higher tier markets like the US for a higher price. And I'm in Bali right now, and I meet tons of drop shippers here who make multi-six figures a month. And it's the same work task. Like what you're showing up to every day is either product research or ad optimization, or at the higher levels, they're managing a team of editors or some managers of some parts of that process. That's the work. And I started there when I was in high school, and I tried it out. I tried making ads. I tried doing the research. I even made some Instagram accounts, got them to 10K followers, and was selling organically on those. And what's really interesting there is like, you don't want to just start doing something and then be like, okay, I know I'm not going to drop ship. I know I'm not going to sell these products for the rest of my life, so I'm going to stop. You want to actually try it out. Try out every part of that process. Because what you're really doing is you're getting data. You're getting data of what you like doing as part of that process. So I got to taste a bit of advertising, a bit of the product research side, a bit of Instagram organic content reach, and I was like, okay, I kind of like some of this stuff, and I was like, but I kind of like doing my own thing. I don't really want to sell other people's products. And from there I started making TikToks, and I got a TikTok to like 20K followers making comedy videos. And so that was a whole other part of myself that I was exploring and trying out and making these skits. It was much more creative, which I really liked. And that's something I learned through that process, was the act of writing and the act of creative expression as a medium for work. Before that, I didn't really tap into that as much, but I started to play that out. I started to see it. I was still pretty like inconsistent and not really disciplined with like both of these things. Like I didn't really play out the drop shipping or TikTok to the point where I was making money or like a ton of money off of it. But it did give me some ideas of what I enjoy. And so I kind of got that creative part out of both of them, really, that I really like using my own ideas. And after the TikTok era of myself, I was actually very obese at the time. I ended up gaining 85 pounds a bit earlier than this, and I really wanted to lose the weight. And it took me 2 years, but I was finally able to lose the weight after 2 years. I used fasting. I did so much research. I was really inspired by influencers and content creators online to learn that information, implement it, get into the gym. And after I lost the weight, I decided to start making fitness content. And so that's exactly what I did. Is I started making Instagram videos, started making YouTube videos, just sharing my journey, sharing what was working for me. I was really bad at this, and some of the Instagram videos did pretty well, but the YouTube videos, like I wasn't authentic on camera like this, and I wasn't really giving great value, but I did try it out. And from there, I discovered something new about myself, which is I really like giving value. I like giving value more than I like entertaining people. Because the TikTok era, that's more of what I was doing, was I was creating these videos in order to entertain people. And entertainment's a lot about occupying attention, about stimulating people. Like, that's what a Mr. Beast video is optimizing for, to be able to hold your eyeball on the video from start till the end. But for me, I wanted to optimize for education, for value giving, because that changed my life when I was able to go from being obese to being skinny. It jump-started the rest of my life, the confidence I had socially, the confidence I had in my business. Like, it really changed everything for me. And I attributed that to the content creators, the influencers that really helped me. And so I wanted to contribute to that world as well. And so out of that process, I really found that love of giving value. And somewhere along that line too, I would say that I started to realize that I like making videos, or I like the speaking part of making videos. And I started to notice in my real life too that whole act of synthesizing information in order to give value to other people, I really liked that. And this was around this time I started to get into college, and I was around a lot of people at once. And so I was also just starting to notice in my real life, like when I'm explaining like gym concepts to someone, I really, really enjoy doing this. Like, this is really fun. But again, I was inconsistent, not disciplined, didn't really like play out the gym content model either. And a few years later, I started a marketing agency. And I got some course from Iman Gaji online. He's like an agency course creator. And I watched this course, and it taught me about this new business model where you can sell advertising services to businesses to get them clients and then charge them a monthly retainer. And so I think I was a junior or senior, like it was around that time that I consumed this course, and I started to take some action. I started cold calling. I decided on real estate agents at the time. And so I was cold calling real estate agents being like, yo, like I can get you leads, I promise. Like I can get you people who want to buy or sell a home. And that gave me another side to that world where I was getting into advertising and getting into some of the processes that's involved in starting a marketing agency. And again, like inconsistent, not disciplined, didn't get anywhere with that. Like I didn't even get a client, I think, at the time, but I did get a free client because in my college town, like in my business class, we had a project where we had to go interview a local business. And one of the people in my group were like, yo, I have this guy who actually owns a smoothie shop in town. And we're like, oh shit, like let's go there. And the point of the assignment was to audit their entire business and give them advice. But when I was there, I was like, yo, like I got an advertising agency. Like that's what I said to him, me having 0 clients and 0 experience. I was like, yo, I got you, fam. And he was like, yo, like, oh, I actually like really need that. And so we started talking, and I got him on like a free sort of offer here, and I used everything I got from the course, and I was able to sell him on this thing for no money, but it was a good entryway into this. And so from there, I actually filmed some content with him and his family. We started making some videos and like putting it up. I really I didn't know what I was doing at all, but I was just trying my best to be able to provide a service, and I wasn't charging him any money. Like they were giving me some like free smoothies and acai bowls, which is nice. But it was really like this learning experience for me in the moment. And I didn't even like actually set them as ads. Like I ended up just putting it up as organic content, and it was getting some views. But yeah, like going back, I really wish I just tried some advertising there. Like, cause I'm kind of upset that I didn't actually help the business out. Like, especially knowing what I know now, like, fuck, like that was pretty tough. And so that came and went, and so I got to try out making ads, making content to convert for a business, talking to a client, and like going through a sales process. Like all of these different things were data points, again, for me to learn about what types of things I enjoy in terms of work. And from there, I went on. I think I was still trying some different marketing agency stuff, like getting clients. I think I went abroad to Barcelona at this time, and so I kind of stopped caring as much. Came back senior year, and I was just making some YouTube videos, trying some stuff out. But I think my growth stalled around this time. Like, I did want to still do some of the coaching, still do some marketing agency stuff, but I was really confused and just not really staying consistent with anything. Like, I kept hopping between making YouTube videos, making agency, like client moves, like trying to grow a marketing agency, back and forth, not making progress. And then I graduated college. And it was around this time that after I graduated college, I actually got an offer to go join a startup. It was my friend's startup, so I got kind of lucky. And in this startup, I was doing marketing. I joined as like a marketing intern, kind of like doing the client work, but just for one company. And so from here, I started getting into Google ads, into Facebook ads, into influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, like every aspect of marketing that could go to grow a company. And at this time, I didn't have my own thing. Like, I was still working for someone, but I was gaining so many different experiences, so much data in terms of what I could enjoy. And so from here, it's like, okay, now I'm like learning about real advertising. Like, when you're betting like multi six figures, like hundreds and $200,000-$300,000 like a month, going into ads, going into advertising, having to manage that, having to do data analysis on the ads, having to eventually manage, like I was managing 5 people at one point, having to think about meetings and managing and doing that whole thing, having to reach out to influencers and sell them on deals and send them money, having to think about affiliate marketing, which is when kind of like influencers, but they make like 30% for every sale that they bring in. And so you're managing a team of people who are doing that sort of sale. Like, there's so many different things that was involved in this startup. And for that whole year, I was just grinding. Like, I didn't really make many new friends, I remember, during that year. Like, a lot of it was spent just working, gaining skills, because I was still on the side trying to make some YouTube videos, trying to make something happen for myself. And so so much. But all of this gave me really, really good data. And just being in that world, that sphere of a startup, especially a B2C startup, which is business to consumer, stuff that real people are using. It was an AI video generator. Being in that environment gave me the data points of the different parts of marketing, but also a product that is useful to people. And I would see the engineers, I would see the product people, making iterations and seeing how the data plays out, how people are interacting with the product. And I was like, whoa. And after that startup, that's when I started my first real business, like my own marketing agency. And I started to take on different clients. And from there, I started to see different types of products. I was working with like an AI flight agent at the start. And then I started working with bigger enterprises like Reddit, Coinbase, Grammarly, Framer, like these bigger brands where it was more about just creating ads that can get more attention onto those bigger guys. But then the smaller guys, like this AI flight agent, it was a lot more about how can we optimize like the product so that people can actually, use it to book flights and hotels. I started to get a lot of different data points here, right? And, from here, I started getting more clients in different niches. And I think a marketing agency, just in general, is such a great business model to be able to learn what you love to do, because you can touch so many different types of businesses, especially if you don't niche down. And that's exactly what I did, like AI flight agent, big enterprises, different clients. I was working with like AI voice agents, with like a home healthcare company, with like just very different types of businesses, right? Even now I still like have some clients, and like one of them is a psychedelic retreat that like really helps people with their trauma, like legal psychedelic retreat in like Jamaica and Netherlands. And like doing the marketing for these guys and then seeing the product and how it gets interacted with, like all of these different data points, I feel like it all converged into this product that I'm now about to launch called Sahaj, which is an AI that helps people. It's like I've worked at the AI startup. I worked in these businesses that help people. I found in my own experience that I loved helping people, that I love marketing and creativity. And now I found this thing where I can pour all my creativity into this thing that helps people, and I can work on the product. And that's another insight I've kind of gained through this last year of doing all the marketing stuff is I think I really like building product. even though I was in marketing for so long, like building a product is so fun. It hits completely different, because imagine you spend 10 hours a day making ads or making videos. Those videos or ads, they go up and then they go away, and like no one like hears about them, right? Like imagine making YouTube videos. You put it up, it usually gets some views, and then it goes away, and then you have to make another one. But what's really cool about a product that I really like is that I work on my SaaS, like I work on the software, and I can put like 8 hours into it. Let's say day 1. Day 2, I show up, all those 8 hours are stored in the app, like all the work I did. And I really, really like that part of like this process, that all of my focus, energy, intelligence, creativity gets like put into it, and then it can compound and like keep providing value. And that's something I discovered through just seeing like all the intelligence I was putting into ads for these companies just kind of, get used, and yeah, it makes money, and yeah, it makes me money, them money, whatever. But like, then it's just like done, Like, yeah, you kind of gain the knowledge of like, oh, this marketing works, we can make more of these ads. But like, fuck, man, like making a product is something else. And so that's why I got to this point. Like all of these different pieces sort of came together for this. And now you'll see in my journey now over the next year how it goes as I grow my own company and really pour all of my soul and marketing and different aspects into this tool that can help people. And you can see how all of these things come together. And so actionable advice for you is just to try a lot of things. Like, don't be perfectionist about it. Like, they're going to converge. And I know Steve Jobs said this in his commencement speech, like the dots only connect looking back. That's what he kept saying. And I'm starting to see that play out for me. And I think for you, even if you're in something that you hate, even if you're in something that you know you're not going to do for the rest of your life, like really observe what aspects of it do you not like or do you like? Because those specific pieces become the data points for you later on to actually find the thing that you love to do. Treat your life like a laboratory, like you're the experiment. Your work and everything is just an experiment to be able to discover more about yourself. That's the true power of this rapid experimentation, trying things you don't like. Gather the data. And then I promise, if you really are relentless and you keep trying different things and you don't just, stay in one thing because it's comfortable, but you actually keep trying new stuff, you will gather enough data along a good amount of timeline to be able to really have confidence in something and really enjoy doing it. That's at least what I found for me. And if you follow that process, I'm pretty sure it'll happen for you too. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this. I felt really good to just think about my journey up to this point. I don't think about it enough. And yeah, experiment, try stuff out, and find the work that you love. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep changing your life, watch this next video. Peace.